Hi, welcome to Gotta Ping, a careers podcast you should listen to if you want to grow your career online and offline. Hi, my name is Mei Ping, and I'm a professional career coach and international speaker with more than a decade of experience at some of the biggest companies in the world. To learn more about what I do, visit meiping.com. That's meiping.com. All right, let's jump right into today's episode. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the Grow Your Career Online Offline podcast. This is Mei Ping, and just a heads up, today's episode actually is going to be a very light one. And again, another heads up, this episode actually is going to be a lot more fun if you're watching the video version of it, because you might notice that my background is a little bit messy, and the reason is because I'm actually moving houses tomorrow. So this episode that I'm recording right now actually at midnight for it to be issued actually tomorrow. Yeah, which is basically the day that I'm going to be moving. Um, I think it just brings back a lot of, I guess, memories in this house. So if you're actually watching the video version right now, or you have been following me on the video for quite a while, you will notice that a lot of times in my background, I have this like colorful wall decoration um, that looks like plates or like something in like round and circles or whatever. I think like that has become a little bit of my signature already during event talks, during trainings and workshops and all those things. Yeah, so I'll be moving houses. So one of the things that I I feel a little bit sad to leave behind actually is my little iconic wall art wall decoration that has accompanied I think about 100 of my podcast episodes or like my short video Wednesdays and other random videos that I share on LinkedIn and on a lot of other social media as well. So I think that's really the biggest thing that I find really quite sad to leave behind. Like a lot of times we I guess don't really focus so much on our environment when we're very busy, but I really feel like I really love the wall decoration. I think that that has really become a really, really big part of like what I do. At least from the beginning of this year, right? It's been almost a year. Actually over a year at this current place. So I'll definitely miss this is the wall art and basically my default background for a lot of my events. And also when speaking to so many people as well. So I will be moving houses tomorrow, and one of the things that really popped up, and I've been actually kind of thinking about this for for quite a bit recently, is really about having too much stuff. And I'm not sure if you guys know, but I am actually a minimalist at heart. Like before the whole minimalist rah-rah kind of like went out, like became really popular about a year or so, I actually started practicing minimalism since 2016 when I was actually really busy with my corporate job, and I felt that I couldn't even breathe. There was just like so much going on. And I actually took a career break, partially family reasons. The other half is because I genuinely felt that I needed a break. And during that time, I actually explored a lot of I wouldn't say relaxation concepts, but it's just like I guess self care is the better word. So I explore a lot of self care um methods. I also went on solo travel and all those things. And one of the concepts that I discovered and I learned was minimalism. So I've been gradually decluttering and like managing a very simple and I guess effective and efficient lifestyle. Um, but I feel like recently, maybe in the past few months or maybe even up to a year, I can't really pinpoint, but I think the whole lockdown has gotten me a little bit like distracted in general. And I feel like my stuff is really like piling up again. And that's actually not a good thing. Like sometimes, you don't really realize that when you have a very messy environment, like your external environment is really messy, actually that just means that like your mind your mind is not calm. So what that means is that like your mind is likely very cluttered, very messy. It's just all over the place. So it actually translate in your external world, like it actually translate. So so I think like over the past few months, for at least a year, I realized that hey, my stuff is like out of control. I have so many things, and this is just like not normal to me. I don't know, maybe it's normal to a lot of people, but this is like totally not normal to me. So I am the kind of person that like I could travel Europe for 6 weeks on a hand luggage. Like a I could travel on like a 20-inch luggage and a Longchamp bag for like 6 weeks and like go to 5 countries in Europe and all those things, right? I also like in the past when I move houses, like I could actually pack up all my stuff in 2 hours. Like right before the movers come, I could pack up everything in 2 hours and then like it's like, oh yep, move, and then like I could just unpack in like half an hour when I reach the new place. Like that is the kind of like simple and um efficient lifestyle that I live, because I don't really have that many things, or rather I don't keep a lot of like extra stuff because I like things to be light. I like things to be fast. Like I don't like, wasting time on like this other a lot of like random stuff that uh I feel like doesn't um shouldn't occupy my like brain space, because I just want to relax. um so that's why the drama of actually packing to move this time, yeah, disappointing. I guess disappointing is the word, because it's all over the place. I'm so disappointed. I don't know how many boxes I've already filled with my stuff, and it's just this is actually terrible. um so anyway, given that this is a careers podcast, so let me actually tie it back to how applying some minimalism concepts can actually help you in your career. And the first one, I think, very obviously, is maintaining a very clear mindset. A lot of times you don't realize that when there's just a lot of things going on, and we are living in a very noisy world nowadays, when a lot of things are going on, you realize that you get distracted very easily, because you can't tell apart what is important and then what is actually the noise. And let me tell you that most of the rubbish that you see out there, those are actually noise that, or rather advice that doesn't really make sense in your career at all. And I think sometimes when your mind is distracted or your mind is cluttered with a lot of stuff, it's very difficult to focus on the really important things that you should be focusing on, or the really important pieces of work that you should be doing. And you may end up getting distracted by all these like hacks and like quick tips, magic hacks, secret sauce, blah blah blah. All those things are, to be honest, are like completely useless things that will not help you in your career. Sometimes we don't appreciate that the foundation of success, the foundation of like, building a long term, successful career, actually there's like no magic sauce to it. It's just like it's the same stuff. But I can say it like in every single episode, and you guys will be really bored of it. But the reality is, if you want to have a successful career, you need to have a very clear vision, a very clear career direction of where you want to go, and you need to sharpen the necessary skills, the foundational skills, both technical and soft skills, to help you get there. Like literally, it's so simple, but it's not easily done. That's the thing, right? And the bigger question is then, okay, fine, like I know I need to determine my career direction, but there are so many options. I don't know where to begin, yada, yada, yada. Exactly. So that's why you need to declutter your mind. And if you find it very difficult to get mental clarity, the first thing you should do is please go and declutter your lifestyle, declutter your environment, and you may find that things may become a little bit clearer compared to before. Even like before speaking to a career coach or whatever, like if you just want to like do it for yourself, I would highly encourage you to start really decluttering your environment. Like just get rid of stuff that you don't use. You'll find that you kind of have that mental clarity to be able to focus a little bit better on some of the options that you actually have in your career, and where do you want to go. Maybe not like the final destination, maybe you can't see that yet, but you at least can see, you know some of the better options, maybe, versus totally not really knowing where to start, or feeling like you're overwhelmed and all those things. And the second benefit I personally found is, like I said, focus, focus, focus. So I find that like okay, how you can use this minimalism concept in improving your focus is particularly when you want to develop your technical or soft skills. And one of the problems I see with people nowadays is that they they want to they want to learn different things, right? Every day, learning is like the new cool thing. Learning is the new black. Sure, great. However, I think sometimes the problem is with like learning the wrong thing or learning something that is actually not the most helpful thing or really not the most important thing right now. So I think that's just something to really think about. And like I said, I have personally found that applying some minimalism concepts in my life have helped me focus a little bit better, and rather than trying to like conquer the whole world and like trying to learn like all these skills and all those things, I just focus on like the top few skills that I really need to master, and the top few skills that I need to fix. And that's really how you can really focus all your energy into the most important things, improve those first, and then move to something else, and not try to like conquer the whole world and end up like not doing anything. So anyway, like I said, today's episode is kind of a light one, and it's really in the middle of the night. I actually made sure that I recorded this episode, and I actually did not keep the light. So if you notice that this is very bright, it's because I haven't actually packed the lights yet. So um yeah, so like I said, this is actually gonna be the final episode that I'm gonna have this my lovely iconic wall art background. So episode 88 that is. And yeah, if you're enjoying the podcast, make sure that you check out the rest of the episodes. Nowadays coming to you every Thursday. So are you minimalist at heart? Are you applying minimalist concepts in your life, in your career? Let me know. Drop me a comment on LinkedIn and share with me your experiences. And I'll see you in the next episode. Bye. Thank you for listening to this episode. For more awesome content like this, remember to like and subscribe. Also, head on over to my website, meiping.com, that's meiping.com, and subscribe to my weekly newsletter for more career growth and personal development tips. You can find the links in the description box below. Once again, you're listening to Gotta Ping, and I'll see you in the next episode. Bye!